Hello and welcome to the Arcane Adventurers stream. Just a few quick announcements before we get started. Episode 3 is already up on YouTube, and some one-shots and some episode 4. I think the part 1 will be up on YouTube either tonight or tomorrow, coming up really soon, so make sure to check that out. Real quickly, we'll go through and have everyone introduce themselves, and what character they're playing, and if you could give your TikTok @ please. We'll start with you, Luana.
Hi, I'm Luana. I'm also known as the Witch Bard on TikTok and every other social media. I'll be playing my Ranger Corvina, and yeah.
All right, and Dylan, if you could introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I also go by Token Gamer over on TikTok, and I will be playing Zazriel. Lou, did you say what class and race?
I said class.
Give us your class race. Yeah.
Okay. She is a moon elf. Sorry.
Okay. I am an Azamar cleric.
Okay, Catherine, if you could introduce yourself and your character, please.
Hi, my name's Catherine. On TikTok, I'm Crazy Story. I'll be playing Balin, the Elven Artificer. That's why I've got this whole get-up going, and I'm excited.
All right. So I'm Colthack. You might see me around as, at Colthack, but I'm actually playing a different player's character. So I'm playing Spira, the half-elf cleric, and this is normally Spooky.L's character. So I'm going to be her for the duration of this session. And Chaz, if you want to introduce yourself and which character you play.
Ha ha. Which character do I play, you say? Anyway, I'm Chaz, Razmachaz on TikTok and Instagram, and I play all the characters because I'm the DM.
There we go. That's it.
Hold up. Did we just already get a subscription?
Yeah, Ace Trainer
Jace. Hello.
My chat isn't even up yet.
Thank you.
Actually, I'm going to shut down my Chrome, and I'll just run chat on my phone. So
that rhymes.
That rhymed.
Yeah. Because I need to do some laptop maintenance.
Yeah.
My dice jail and stuff like that.
Okay, my chat is ready, so if you see me looking off to the side, that's what I'm doing.
Yep, same here.
Oh, we love you too, Ivy.
We do. All right. So I guess I'll take the reins now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to do a quick recap. I know typically I ask one of our players before, but this Tuesday is a little bit different. But anyway, so if you have not yet had a chance to check out our last episode from last week, please do, because it was
wild.
So crazy.
Spicy.
So spicy, and it was so fun. Basically, the party was hired to protect an item from being stolen. And there were some shenanigans that ensued. There was a bard off that happened as just one of the really fun things. There were bears involved, and
suddenly,
just really suddenly there were bears. It was great. And there were some just really interesting character choices that happened. So if you missed it, it should be up on YouTube fairly soon. And so please check it out. Anyway, so those characters have now moved on from the city that they were in down to another city called Passage, which happens to be the seat of power for a very important and influential family. Then we're cutting back to the city they came from, called Fairhaven. These players tonight have been hired to investigate some mysterious occurrences going on at the train yards. Now, when I say trains, these are not the typical trains as we know them. They are, of course, magic trains, because this is D&D. They're basically floating cars that hover with magic, and then they're pushed along by air elementals. I love talking about them because I think they're just so cool. I didn't invent it. This comes from Eberron, but I love it. So, players, are you ready for this?
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's nighttime. You, together as a group, you walk towards this. You walk towards the station. It's not as big as the station that you had seen some of your other colleagues depart on fairly earlier that day, but it still is nice because you're in Fairhaven. The golden glow of the magic lanterns that light the station illuminate everything perfectly. You can see the other bystanders walking along, waiting for their trains. Some of the station staff, they're going back and forth, taking care of luggage and freight, which is important to note because this station is not necessarily for passengers. Currently, there's a train being loaded with heavy crates and chests in open cars as it floats above the lightning rail. You have been hired, and the instructions that you were given, to investigate the odd occurrence of sometimes missing cars and sometimes extra cars on the trains. It was a special request from the station staff, and here you are.
All right.
Now go.
Okay.
Action.
So, where do you think we might find the captain at? There must be a captain for the train, no?
I suppose so.
Now you're looking for the staff of the station, not necessarily the train, just the
Oh,
station
staff of the station. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's people around, yeah? Like
Yeah.
normal. Can
Okay.
I just go up to one of them and ask where I could find a staff member?
Yeah. You walk up. Let's see. Just to give you an idea of who's around, there appears to be a tall dragon-ish figure in a long coat. There's some elves. There's humans, some halflings going about, some sturdy dwarves, a Goliath, and a Warforged.
Okay.
And there's some other humans with like more official looking silver jackets with an emblem of a unicorn on the shoulder. Yeah.
I would probably go to one of those with a unicorn emblem.
And
You'd be right.
I'll follow.
Oraspira is gonna be a little enthralled by the Warforged that's walking by, and just kind of like start like sketching him in her book.
I love that.
Yes.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Yes. How can I help you?
We are looking for any staff member that could help us. We are from the Adventuring Guild. We came here for help, I suppose.
Oh, yes, yeah. You're here to help with the, and he kind of like looks around with the situation with the train cars, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Do you?
Yeah, if you want to talk to my boss, you go in the door here to the station, just dead ahead, first left, and you'll be right there. Just explain that Harold sent you, and you'll be good to go.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I whistle to the rest of the party and I like gesture and start walking.
I kind of look over at Oraspira, who's like quickly sketching. Oraspira, keep up, please.
Oh right, sorry.
Vaughn will stop, like, kind of, like, she was kind of just, like, looking over her shoulder down at, like, what Orspira was drawing, and, like, imagining it so much in her head, but then not. And it just, like, follows.
So I guess we walk in, then we
Yes.
make that left.
Mhm.
And is this like a room that we're kind of walking into, kind of like an office type of situation?
Yeah, it's a typical sort of office space. You turn that corner, there's the door with the plaque that says station lead or chief station officer basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the door closed, or is there a doorway?
It's closed.
Okay, so Zazriel's just gonna kind of politely knock on the door a couple of times and just kind of wait for a response.
All right. And as you knock and you wait, you hear, come in.
So I'll open up the door and just kind of funnel in.
Perfect. Oh,
Hello.
hello. What can I do for you?
We are from the Adventurers Guild. We were sent to help with a certain cargo problem.
Ah, yes. Thank you all for coming. We haven't wanted to make a huge deal out of it, but
Of course. Don't want to cause unnecessary panic. Yes.
exactly like that beholder situation that happened a few days ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
definitely did not
quite
want
trust.
anything. Did
Oh,
you?
by the way, one of your men, Harold, was the one who sent us here.
Yes.
But he was really discreet about it, so you should maybe like give him a little something because he was super helpful.
Perfect. Thank you. Good to know. I'm glad I can trust my staff here. So, to give you an idea of what's been going on here, come in, take a seat. I'm afraid I only have a couple of chairs. I have a couple of stools here, and he like points around. There's some chairs and
I'll
stools that
stay
you
up.
can take a seat. Do you need anything to drink?
Nothing for me, thank you. I'm not sure about my colleagues, but
I'm okay, thank you.
All right. Well, just let me know. My name is Farrell. I've been the head station officer here for a few years now, and I've seen this maybe once or twice before, but it's been very. We've been noticing it a lot more often recently, and especially it happened 2 or 3 times in the past couple of days. But sometimes what will happen is we'll have trains come in, and they come in through the main station, they get unloaded, and somewhere along the line, sometimes we divert them to other parts of the yard in order to get unloaded, or to get loaded. You know how it is. We try to be as efficient as possible here because we only have this line that connects to the main lightning rail.
of course.
And occasionally we'll have a train be missing one car. And other times there will be an extra car on another train.
So the trains will come in and they'll like have the right number of cars and then they leave with the wrong number, or
Yeah.
like
And vice versa.
By any chance, would
Wait.
you have a map of the railroads where we could check where those stations
Yes,
are?
they're routine spots that they stop at.
Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. Really, we think it's something that's honestly happening just here in the train yard. Like, we've communicated with those other stations, the ones just up north of this one and the ones down south. And most of the time we notice the ones that are coming up from the south usually have the extra train cars more often. And other times the extras will come from the north, and sometimes when they're going south they'll be missing that one, and then yeah, that's mostly what we notice.
There's not really a correlation or pattern to which ones. So, for example, if it always were to head south, there's always one that ends up missing, or something along that line. Correct.
Correct. At least nothing that we've actually noticed.
What's supposed to be what Balin kind of pipes up a little bit and says, I can find her voice, I can do it.
Got it.
What's supposed to be in the in the crates, like in the ones that go missing, or the ones that are extra, is there any correlation of what they were supposed to hold?
You know, let me check. And he goes to a filing cabinet and pulls out a folder, a black folder, and then he's rustling through and pulls out a sheet, and he scans through it. Once again, it's fairly random. It seems like the most common occurrence pattern is livestock. Some of it is just noted as other assets. Sometimes there's armor, just other metals.
Well, I kind of have a question here. So do you guys have like a storage yard for the cars, right? That like when you're not using a train car, that you like put them off to the side or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you guys like count those, like keep stock on those?
Yes. Yeah, we do. We keep a fairly accurate log of which cars are where.
So like if you check them often, do you ever see like ones in storage that shouldn't be, like should be on a train, but they're over there instead? Or is it just like not the right timing?
Coming up with how to answer this.
While you come up with that, I just want to say super quickly thank you to Dice Goblin Andre for the sub.
Yes.
Woo! Dice Goblin Andre!
I was waiting for a moment there. Go on,
Nice. Okay, so if I understand the question, War Spirit is asking if we count them and if we notice that there's extra ones hanging around where there shouldn't be.
Right, like if when they take stock, do they find extra ones that are like in storage, like they got taken off the train and put into like the storage yard by accident or whatever? Or do they just not check while there are trains like in movement and thus wouldn't know?
So typically we do indeed check at the end of the night to see where our cars are and which extra cars we need to take care of. But this is the strange thing, is we don't see any extra ones popping up. We've run the numbers and it doesn't line up.
Could you show us the most recent one that had any sort of this accidents happen to it, either an extra car or the one missing a cart? Could you show us the train?
Yes, actually, there were a couple today, and he pulls out a map, or not a map, but a ledger of the train shipments that occurred today. And there are 3 different trains that noted livestock. And you see, the other interesting thing is, like, typically when we have livestock shipments and so on, they all go through at the same time as one or 2 trains consecutively. But 3 is unusual. And, as a matter of fact, 2 of these trains were not made exactly for livestock shipments. As they went out.
And where did these 3 trains came from, and where were they going to?
They were all going south towards Passage.
And they have lost their trains that have been an extra car.
they have extra card, or they had extra cars attached to them.
Okay, so I have some thoughts, and like I'm not trying to like step on your toes, because obviously you guys have a fantastic like system here, and you guys are like really good at running your business and stuff. But do you guys have a way to check like verify what cargo is on which car? Like, do you watch them load it up and stuff like that, or is that up to like the customer?
That's mostly up to the customers and to our rail hands, honestly, who deal with the freight. We have a
Also,
couple of machines too that help with it as well.
um,
Go ahead.
out of curiosity, these extra carts that you get, are they empty, or do they have different valuables in them than what originally were there before?
Most of the time, we'll get them, and they have some extra materials, and it, most of the time they end up getting taken care of by some of the merchants in town.
So
It's
they
usually different every time.
so they just kind of pick them up and take them, even though they
Well,
weren't originally scheduled to go, right?
yeah, and they seem to know when it's all coming in. They do sign off.
So,
They sign. They do have to sign that they're checking up their cargo, or picking up their cargo, and check in to make sure it is
so
taken care of. So yeah.
with my suspicions as of right now is that there could possibly be some sort of underground dealings here or something shady. Um, I don't know what just yet,
All right.
but
So if I
uh,
understand it, you get so you got 3 trains. This is not a voice. I don't care. Point is whatever. The
You
thing
got it.
is that
Go for it.
you got shipments today of 3 different. I give it. Okay, I'm just gonna do normal voice. You got three trains today, and they all had extra carts. Extra like.
We had
ships.
3 trains depart with extra cars
Oh,
today,
so they
and
left, or did they come in
they
today
left.
to go
They
south? Okay, and then you just
But they
let them
weren't.
go south, like without. Okay.
I mean,
Um.
it wasn't something that I personally handled. It was They were attached in the yard, and it was one of my station hands who signed off on it, and I double checked with him, and he showed me the manifests, and everything seemed to check out.
Really quickly. Just a me thing. I know you mentioned that we don't need to have a map, but I do like to have a visual of where I'm working. So could I just quickly see the map of the real world in general? Just
Yeah, absolutely. If you
fantastic.
would turn around, it's right there.
Awesome. So I quickly memorized the map. And then,
Outlander.
yep. Also, what is the name of the person that signed off?
Oh, well, it's. Hey, chat, you want to come up with a name?
Oh no.
a
I was doing so well on my prep, and then I forgot these extra names. I even prepped a couple other NPC names, and then I was like, "Oh crap! Yeah, yep, I didn't prep this."
it's a
So
small ones.
chat's naming the yard hand who signed off on the train.
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
that's the one. So we'll just give it a second.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
just
lo-
wait for the stream log to catch up.
True.
Yep. Mm.
So,
We
okay,
should-
I'm like trying to understand. So sometimes they come into the station with extra
No, no,
cards,
no,
or
no, no,
they
no. They
depart
come
with
in.
extra
They
cards.
come in good.
Okay,
He said that they always come in right, but when
alright.
they leave, sometimes they have less and sometimes they have more.
So the
So
problem's
like,
here.
so someone's the problem is definitely here.
It's
Okay.
here or
Exactly.
in between, because there's a space in between here and the next station where
I see.
Well, he said that they like leave the yard. I'm assuming they can just count the cars as they as it floats away,
One, two,
right?
three. Oh, dang, that one was too fast.
I lost count.
Oh,
Start over.
Janbel,
So-
Phoebus, Cletus,
Phoebus.
Yeah, way too much.
Cletus.
Well, I did happen to have a few different rail hands, so
Well,
Okay. this first guy is gonna be Cletus, because I did like that, Andre.
yes.
And then Delta, I saw Janbel, Phoebus. We'll go with that one for another one. And then oh, thank
Love
you.
that.
My dinner is here.
Love.
Everybody say hi to Liam.
Hi,
Hello.
Liam.
All right. I got some Dr. Pepper now. And some
Nice.
Nice.
They
pretzels.
should have got water.
So,
Perfect.
it's good.
All right. So what names did we come up with?
Hashtag not sponsored.
Cletus, Jambo, Phoebus.
Yeah, those are the names. So, Cletus
Is the right hand?
is
Kind
the first hand. Yeah.
Okay, the one that signed off, yeah?
Yep.
So also, do you keep the storage of the cars here, yes?
Yeah, we have two different warehouses that we store the extra train cars in. The ones that are going in and out more frequently, we keep above ground. We actually have an underground warehouse where we store trains that aren't going out for at least a week.
And in those storages, are there trains that happen to be extras? Like one day or another, they were considered the extra cars?
You know, not that we've noticed.
What about, do you have in those storages, is there the cars that were like, that had some other cars missing that we can go check it out?
You know, they're
When are you
And
expecting
he-
us? Oh, sorry. I
Go
forgot.
ahead.
Sorry. No, you're
Yeah.
good. I interrupted you. Sorry.
okay. Yeah, he pauses, digs through a couple other files. You know, I think we have one in the above ground right now that came back missing a car, and there's one below that came in from the south as well, missing a car.
All right. Is there any other information that you feel should be important to us, as in like people that guard the security people that we should tell them?
Yes, I was curious about that. You don't happen to know if um, is there the same staff all the time? And I know you said it wasn't all the time, correct? That this
Yeah, that's
happens
correct.
not all the time. Now, the instances where it does happen, have you found any reoccurring staff members
Oh,
who happen on all those times? Someone who might have been there every time.
oh no.
Clevis.
I kind of shudder at the thought that it could have been one of my own men.
Unfortunately, sometimes greed is a very powerful influence.
Yeah.
I mean, we can just look at the work schedule. You don't have to. We're the investigators. So, like, if you
Yeah.
want, you can just pass it off to us because it's kind of our job. and
Yes.
We can sort through it for you.
I mean-
don't mean to be a bother.
If you could, you can look at the time logs and the different and like my files for scheduling and such
Perfect.
from the past few months, because I do have some more business I need to wrap up before I head home for the evening.
Yes,
Of course.
of course.
So just one last thing. When are you expecting your next shipment of livestock?
Well, I don't think we have anything else coming in for the next couple of days.
All right.
Does he have
Okay.
any trinkets or anything like on his desk? Anything interesting?
He has a name plaque.
Okay.
Little train.
He has a. He does indeed have a little train on it.
Or Spear's gonna just sketch a little picture of that too.
Nice.
So cute.
There's also a emblem hanging on the wall behind his desk of a silver unicorn, and the emblem of House Orion, which, for those of you who don't know, that in Eberron, a lot of the modern conveniences are run by certain families.
So this was
Transportation.
House.
Orion, and that's like, or it's Orien, if I remember correctly.
Not to be
So.
confused with the other party member, Orion.
Orion.
Yep, not confused with Orion. Big difference. And you, some of you like Bowen and Corvina, you would probably know that these guys handle transportation. And Orspirit, you would definitely know. Mentally, I defaulted to Beckham, but Beckham is not here.
No.
Alrighty.
So,
All right, so we start.
and
I
if
guess we
there's
take
anything else-
these.
yeah, if there's anything else I can do for you, please do let me know, and I'll do what I
Most
can.
definitely.
And if you have any questions, feel free to ask my staff if they're not busy. And we should be wrapping up here pretty soon, but we do have a night shift who takes care of things.
Thank you. Much
you.
appreciated.
So I turn around to the party and I'm just like, well, where should we start?
Well, let's take a look at the schedules and see if there's any repeating staff members who were on each and every day of the missing or added puts. It would probably be the best place to start, no?
I suppose so. Yeah.
Narrow down our search, right?
Yes. Maybe not splitting the party. I was suggesting, well, some would stay here and look for the things, some other could go and check out the storage, but maybe splitting the party would not be the best idea.
What, you don't want to split the party?
That went so well last time.
Right?
I mean, it actually did work out really well last time. so-
You're so
Ish.
Yeah,
So-
I think a schedule is a good place to start, and then we can always just go talk to Cletus and ask questions and stuff.
That is true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
Very
wrote
well.
that down as Cletus. Sorry. Okay.
So,
We gotta start looking through the schedules.
yeah.
Yes.
So you go to like another like open waiting area, and you start rifling through the schedules, and actually you go to it's a private room. You're the only ones in there. There's a table. You can lay out the schedules and start working on putting things together. And for anyone who is looking for things, it's time to roll some investigation.
Yes.
Or a
Let's
spear
go.
for sure.
Yeah.
I'm
Investigation
gonna
is on-
use my classic light blue dice for it.
Nice.
Oh, I'm good at this. Oh, okay.
That's a straight 13 for me.
Okay.
Thing.
I have
Uh,
nothing in my investigation.
Oh.
23.
I didn't roll well. I got a 10 total.
10,
I rolled a
13,
13.
23 total.
I gotta say
Guys,
Dallin, did you say you had 23?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Must be
Corvina,
nice. 13.
13?
13 as
Okay.
well.
Yep.
So, Orspira, as you try to get your mind around this, you kind of get overwhelmed by the amount of information available, and you keep getting the dates and the times crossed a little bit. You see some repeating patterns. Cletus's name does pop up, but then you also have persistent names like Rail and Stax, who line up with some of these shipments that go on, and the extra cars that leave. As for Zazriel and Corvina, you kind of notice some of the similar patterns. Um, but then Bowen, you notice that Cletus lines up with these shipments. He's on shift every 2 days before one of these cars leaves. Occasionally, he will be there on that day when the train leaves, but his name's always on there 2 days before.
All right, okay. So, she'll kind of go over to where Oraspira is, and then like kind of like gently push what she's looking at away, and present her with the information that I was looking at, and be like, yeah, just like a swoosh. All right, okay, take a look at this. Every 2 days before one of them disappears or appears, Cletus is there. Repeatedly, every 2 days before it starts.
Oh, before it
Interesting.
happens?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just, I don't know if that's entirely what's.
Well, when they take stock like between those days, because they do it like every night, maybe we should just double check those too, because that would mean that if whatever changes are being made are like by Cletus 2 days early, then whoever takes stock of the yard would have to be covering up for him too.
A very fair point.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
think
Cletus
Now,
guy.
the day shift and the night shift are different sets. And forgive me for not thinking about that at first. But
all good.
those nights, when cars have, I mean, the nights under suspicion, Cletus is there.
Wait, sorry, was that the 2 days before thing you were saying, or the nights that they actually
So
disappear?
he's there during the day, 2 days before. He's there at night when it happens.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
So we really
Okay.
need to pay this guy a visit, yeah?
Yes, he is, I would say, suspect number one, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start drafting up like an HR letter that's gonna kind of explain. And we'll just we'll I mean, we'll go talk to him.
We're trying to go in a very how do I say this? Not getting the answer out of him forcefully. Kind of way, yes? That's what I'm
Civil as possible,
Yeah,
yes.
I think
That's the
being
word,
nice.
civil.
I think being nice will probably work.
fantastic. But if push comes to shove,
I mean,
Well, I mean,
Um,
we're not dealing with a murderer here. This person is stealing cows off of trains. So
That
I don't
is-
think we're gonna have to start sorting and magicking anytime
Fair.
soon.
and I think the metal tiger should do the trick with
was-
scaring.
gonna say, as this conversation is progressing, Kaiser like gets like aggressive, and then like every time you guys are like, let's kill a blow, let's not, but we could, but let's not. Like the guy goes,
I like that one. I really do. Alrighty then. Do any of us know where we can find this guy?
is there anybody around who looks like they work there, like the same guy we spoke to before?
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah, the unicorn guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
Harold.
Harold.
Yeah, you go
Thank you.
back out onto the platform, and there's significantly fewer people. It is dark outside, like I said, but it is very well lit here in the station. That Dragonborn is still there. There's two. There are two of the station hands. One on your side of the platform or the railway platforms, and then there's another on the other side of the station.
Can I quickly vibe check the dragon?
Yes, you can.
Also, what color are they?
So that's gonna be a
Furiously
Their
asks
head-
chat.
Their head is red.
there's gonna be an 18 for insight, right? Or vibe check.
Okay. You're getting weird vibes off this Dragonborn.
Hmm.
If you want to roll investigation on him, you can.
I would like to do that.
Okay.
Okay, investigation. That's fine. 15.
Okay. His arms like look somewhat disproportional. Like they almost look stiff towards the end. And his legs look a little
Is it two halflings in a trench coat?
small.
Okay, so I look back at the party and I say in Elvish,
Wow. But
that dragon humanoid figure there does look a bit suspicious. You guys go ahead. Bowen, do you wanna maybe stay back and check this person out?
Fun fact, I don't even speak Elvish, so I'm looking
You
at you
don't?
guys like, nope.
Oh, I thought you did.
I speak Elvish.
Nope.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we've
we have
got
3
literally
elves here.
3 elves here and an Azamar.
Okay. So I whisper in common then, making sure like the person doesn't see it or hear it.
what are we going to look for
Just-
them anyways?
Observe
And-
for now.
Oh, wait a second.
Well, why don't we just because we just need to ask around and find Cletus, right? Well, we can just ask somebody who works here, right?
I mean,
So while you're, hold on.
That's a lot of dice.
yeah, I
I
just
have a
wanted to
lot.
give him a good, like since Corvina pointed him out, I wanted to like take a
Right,
look at
right.
him, see if I noticed it, but she did, I guess.
So, excuse me. While you're talking, the Dragonborn starts to like walk away from the station and away from you.
And this is Harold,
And-
right?
The Dragonborn.
No.
The one
The
I
dragon-
Harold and Dragonborn are 2 different people.
Yes.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Harold is a human.
Okay.
And while you're standing around, one of the staff members comes up, says, Ed, is there anything I can do for you, or are you guys here to help us out?
That that Dragonborn over there are they a what's it called? Do they come here often? Did not mean it
Um,
like that. I forgot the
well,
word.
Yeah, they do tend to show up here pretty often. By the
Do-
way, I'm Stax, by the way.
Dax, very nice to meet you. Is there any
Pleasure.
information about that person?
Yeah, I think we believe he's one of our vendors, but I mean, I'm really not supposed to say, but there's something off about him.
That's all I needed to hear. Bowen, shall we?
Wait a minute. Stocks, do you know what Cletus is?
Yeah, he's here tonight. He should be keeping watch and taking inventory of the warehouses tonight.
Right, okay.
Just to observe to see he's not gonna do anything suspicious. That's all I want.
Okay. I'll lightly follow the Dragonborn just for a little bit so that I can take a look at him.
So we are splitting the party.
Oh dear God.
If you're gonna be doing that, if I would assume you're probably gonna try to be a little bit stealthier. I'm just gonna just kind of, if you're gonna like try to book off, I'm just gonna grab your hand real quick, so I can cast guidance. Good luck. Just be careful, okay?
Okay. So off we go.
Off
Yes.
you go.
Oh, if it's the both of you, then I'm just gonna I'll kind of like grab both of you for a second. Just good luck.
Thank you.
So you both have that D4, so remember that.
All right. So we stealthily follow the Dragonborn, just observing kind of at like a distance to see where he's going to.
Okay, as he gets away from the light of the station, he starts making his way towards the train yards, towards one of the warehouses.
That's us, yeah.
And he dodges behind, like, you kind of see him, like, almost look behind him,
I quickly just like, you know,
and he
I'm
moves towards a big stack of crates in the yard, and yeah, he's out of your sight.
Could I have like the main thing is I'm just trying to see if Bowen sees what Corvina saw while we were following him. like if I get the same vibe, or because like right now Balin doesn't believe what Corvina's saying and she's just following along because Corvina said so.
So I will give you two options. Either make a investigation check or an insight check, depending on whether you're trying to see if something's off or if you're trying to vibe check.
I just want to see. So
Okay.
Investigation. You got your guidance just in case.
yeah,
Four.
yeah, that's good. Thank you. I need it.
D4.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not proficient, but I am smart. So
Yes.
That's all you need.
She got
16?
big brain.
Perfect. 16 was the DC. I set this at. His feet are a different color.
They're kobold. It's a kobold. I call it. They're kobolds. We're still going. I don't think Corvina has realized this yet.
Oh my
Two kobolds in a
God.
trench coat.
She
Also-
is gonna prepare the bow
Also-
and like
Also, as he goes around the corner, your passive perceptions are pretty
Mine's-
high, right?
18.
Yeah. Corvina,
Right.
you hear a thump and a yelp. Actually, several yelps.
I grabbed 3 arrows, prepared my bow, and I very, very stealthily start like slowly turning like around the corner of the crates, like still kind of like distance, but just enough like of an angle that I can see what's happening.
Okay.
And if I need to, I will cast Pass Without a Trace on you.
I mean, you have your D4, so you
That is
might-
true. I'm gonna keep my D4. I trust my stealth enough.
It only lasts for a minute, so like, do with that what you will.
Okay, let me just clear my mouth for this.
Oh, character voice.
Forgot what's about to happen. Oh boy.
Wrath, why did you mess up? It's not my fault, it's all Bum's fault. Pendle? No, it was Pendle. He dropped me. Drac! No, Drac is head. Drac means you have to get better. Why did you drop me? And they're all like just screaming and yelling and fighting with each other, like
I'm
not
just
yelping.
looking at this and I'm just like, do I kill it?
Oh,
I put my bow back and I just look about and I just go in Elvish very quietly. What do we do? They're
That-
kobolds.
Well, good news, they still don't notice you.
Okay. Okay, we're 3. We can each grab 1.
I'll
Grab
get
There's
it by the
4 of
tail.
them, by the way.
It's 4
What?
of them. It's 4 of them.
Mhm.
I can
Yeah.
call 2.
There's Pingle, Drac, Bun, and I think there's one I didn't hear the name of.
Let's
There's
go. And
Drac, Roth, Pendle, and Bum.
okay, so this is what we can do, Bowen.
Guess which one was
Let's
the
go.
legs?
Yes.
Let's go behind the crates where they're in and jump on top of them, and I think I can grab 2, or at least we can hold 1 hostage in case. they try to attack.
Alright, let's try this. Alright.
Okay, I cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us.
Okay.
You mean the tiger, right?
Yeah, I was
Yes.
just saying.
That's why, yeah. Because like I think the tigers.
No, I have a metal tiger steel defender, the artificer.
That's
thing.
why I thought the tiger would have disadvantage. So just in case, Pass Without a Trace. All right.
Nice.
My wait, quick. Okay, so this is really weird. Semantics of pass without a trace. My thing is a construct, and most spells say creature.
I thought a construct
Yeah.
was just a creature type, like a Warforged is
Oh, I don't
technically
know. Okay.
like
Yeah,
the-
Warforged technically is construct.
Yeah.
So it counts.
Okay. Cool. Just
Yeah.
double checking.
Okay, we good. All right. So very stealthily, going behind the crate where they're like yelping and stuff like that, and we're gonna like try to jump on top of them and grab them.
Okay.
The tiger's just gonna go around the corner because I am
Yeah,
not
just, like,
confident
bite
in the
one
metal
of
tiger's
them.
ability to climb a
Yeah.
crate.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say you climb up on top, stealthily enough. Make a let's see, grapple check. I guess that would be strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
And are you all going for just one of them?
I'm gonna try to
Or-
go for 2.
Okay. So I'm gonna need 2 strength checks from Corvina, and then one from Bowen and one from Kaiza.
Okay. Where are you? Oh, okay. Is this just strength or athletics?
I guess
I don't know how grapple works.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of free.
Well, can I
Yeah.
So just rules as written, and of course, GM, but grapple, to initiate a grapple, you make an action, you make an attack, basically. You make an attack, and grappling. So you make it's just a melee attack, and the target of your grapple must no longer be one size. You make a strength athletics check contested by the target's strength or acrobatics check. It is technically an attack, but it is basically a strength, or basically an athletics check.
All right, I can do athletics.
All right. Yeah, make
So
some
it was-
athletics checks. Well, make attack rolls first.
It,
Wait,
was,
okay, so
they're
so-
prone. They're
Yeah,
prone.
so basically, the reason I say that it's technically an attack roll is because if you have multi-attack, you can multi-grapple. But no, you're just making an athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah, just make. Yeah.
I
Perfect.
really hope
Thank
you are better than
it
me.
was. It was.
Well, I mean, my tiger is pretty darn strong.
That's
so-
fantastic. Wait, we're still doing attack roll first, right?
No.
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 They're
Mm.
prone. Just make the athletic.
Okay.
I
My
see.
strength
It was
is a plus
drag-
0.
Drac, Bum, Pendle, and
Roth.
Let me
Roth?
get my.
Yep. Roth.
Roth.
So I rolled them separately so that I could do math correctly. So my tiger got a
Nice deal for
14
you.
because it has a 7, but I got a 14 because I rolled a 14.
Nice.
Well, I got a 9 and a 13. Total.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna crack up
Please,
so
please
bad.
get a 1. Please get a 1. Oh no!
This is great, you guys. Because kobolds have a -2 to strength.
Oh please, it's.
They rolled a 3, a 4, a 7, and a 14.
So they all failed.
So they all failed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna deal with who's going where, but they all failed.
Okay, I just grabbed whatever 2 is in front of me. I don't know where I am or like who's in front of me. I just grab them by the tail and just go whoop.
All right. And as you pick them up, they're like, "Ow! What? Put me down!
Kobolds
Put me
small,
down!"
right? They're like, are they? I don't just.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
this is
small
for-
creatures.
Yeah, they're small creatures.
Okay,
They're
so
like 3 to 4
They're
foot tall.
little guys.
Kaisa's technically medium, so I would like, just for flavor purposes, the grapple to be like biting the clothes and kind of picking them up a bit.
Perfect.
Who? First off, what? That weird dragonborn was just you 4.
And the one that Kaiser picked up by the scruff of his collar. Yeah, that was us. That was us. That was me, really. These guys help sometimes, but they
What
sometimes
were
just
you
fail.
all? What were you all doing in the train
Um,
station?
We were keeping watch.
Or who? Or
We're
what?
not gonna tell you.
I shake them.
Don't tell them, says the one being held by Kaiser. Make an intimidation check.
Ooh.
Because I
Wait,
shook them.
Kaisa or Corvina?
Corvina, make an
Okay.
intimidation check. Just general.
Okay. Okay. Intimidation. That's a 6. My dice are not being nice to me today. I'm
Rip.
gonna get some new dice sets.
Yeah, they're they're shooken up. They're not necessarily willing to say anything else at the moment.
Do so you know the puny god scene?
Oh no! Oh
Yes.
no!
Okay.
Just one solid.
How do you?
Bash.
Yeah. Just smash. You're gonna smash Drac into the ground.
Gosh.
Okay. I'm not
It-
gonna say attack roll, but roll a d6 for bludgeoning damage, and roll for intimidation.
Okay, so that's a 1 for damage.
Okay.
Intimidation.
They're not
Good,
dead.
good to get your
Red
point
god.
across.
Yeah.
So intimidation
smack
is
him a
technically charisma, and because my tiger is not like a person, they have a -2. So let's see how this goes. Okay.
Should probably get beef shit.
They're not. They're just a contract. Oh, okay. Okay. 16, because 18 minus 2.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Oh! Ow! I didn't mean put me down like that. Fine, we're keeping watch for. I mean, we're keeping watch for the train stuff.
Trains. Oh, okay. Bowen, do you want to just take these back and like the other ones can interrogate too? Cause, yeah, I think they might be a bit more successful with this sort of persuasion stuff. Because my instincts right now is to just bash them against the crate until they speak.
No, don't. Okay, don't hurt us. Don't hurt us.
Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm gonna just take you somewhere, like to someone who won't hurt you. But you know, I can't really promise.
But would hurt us, says Bum, the one that Bowen's holding.
I don't testify for the tiger.
I don't really. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Take them to the others, Zaz and us.
Oh,
Sabrina.
yeah, okay.
Oh, Sabrina.
Awesome.
I forgot her name.
Oh,
I was like, I was
Sabrina.
quickly look. I was wanting to look, and I was like, wait a minute, I know her name.
I like Sabrina though. That's the name of my next
Her
character.
spirit.
Sabrina.
Sorry. She just met her, so like it's okay if she gets the name wrong.
Alright. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to like I guess carry them
Yeah,
over
I'm just
to
taking them,
Zaz
like,
and
still.
Ospira.
Okay. Yeah. Make an athletics check just to
Okay.
make sure you can keep your grip on them.
Okay, so Tiger
Oh,
first.
Lord. Please don't fail me now. Please don't fail me
So
now.
7.
What was it? Dex check?
No, I'm making an athletics check because I'm taking them.
Athletics.
Athletics.
Oh.
Okay, so
Well, that's a 0.
Ah,
So Kaiza holds on just
Yeah.
fine.
okay, good, because that was a 9 total, and she has a +7.
Okay.
Okay. And then I have a +0, so that's just a straight roll. 14.
Yep. You hold on to yours. He's squirming a bit, but you hold on to him just fine too.
my dice have redeemed themselves. I got a nat 20 and a 19.
Hey.
So-
I'm not even gonna bother.
Can we get GG's in chat for that nat 20?
GG. First
Right.
nat 20. Awesome.
Love it.
So you make your way back into the light, dragging along these little kobolds, kicking and screaming, and you're back. The party's back together.
What is this? What is going on here?
The guy that I had a bad feeling about.
Yes.
It's actually 4 little guys.
Oh, well, that is quite interesting.
They are keeping watch for someone. Do you wanna do something?
I'll Zaz will kind of like lean forward, like lean in a little bit, and just kind of give him like a curious look. I'm sorry that they're you're in this certain situation. However, we do have a few questions if you wouldn't mind answering for us.
I told you they were nicer.
Well, okay. I. Well, we're just trying to do our job here.
And what
Just
would
want to
that?
get some gold.
Yes,
That's
of course, making a living, yes. But what does this job entail exactly?
it. Entrails? Why? Our job doesn't involve entrails.
What do you do?
Entail. It means what does it? What?
Oh, I
Are,
have a
what are you
tail.
do? What? What are you
Yeah.
trying to do? And what did somebody tell you to do?
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah. We're just trying to keep watch, and then we're supposed to go and go. No, nope, I can't say it. It's a
Say
secret.
it. I squeeze his
Please.
tail. Say
I-
it.
Ah, ow! Ow!
You know,
Ow!
my friends here, they can be a little bit rough.
I can
do
cast.
apologize for that. Um, I would really appreciate it if you would please.
While they're having this conversation, Spira is quietly walking in a circle around them, casting Zone of Truth.
Oh, keeping her mouth shut.
Nice.
I mean,
Okay.
Wait, okay, that includes. Okay, what kind of?
Yeah,
save
hang
is
on.
it?
I'm pulling it up right now.
This is like
Zone
the
of
third
Truth.
session in a row we've had a zone of truth.
Not a
It's
true
such a good
great
RP
spell, y'all.
tool, though. It's
You
so
m-
it is.
must make a Charisma save, DC 14.
All right. Okay.
Well,
I
I'm telling the
pass.
truth.
Ooh.
I pass.
Oh, that's not.
Uh,
Oh. Ooh.
I do not.
Okay. Kobolds have a -1 to charisma. Okay. 2 of them save. 2 of them fail.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna say that Bum succeeds, and so does Pendle, but Roth and Drac, the 2 upper crust ones, failed.
Which one am I holding?
Corvina, you are holding Roth and Pendle.
So the ones that saved.
Yeah.
No,
No.
No, one of them did.
You're
One
holding one that saved and one that failed.
Okay, this one failed.
Yeah. Just whichever one you want.
Now,
It doesn't
would
matter.
would you just tell us, please, your employer, who told you to keep watch?
Well, he was a human.
Okay, and his name?
Was like it. What did it start with? A cat. Drac. What was his name? See, Drac does all the talking. We don't do the talking.
Does Cletus sound familiar to you?
Yeah. That's the one.
And the one I'm talking to, he's the one who's on Zone of Truth.
Yep.
Okay, so he is telling the truth.
Yep.
All right. I kind of look back at the party, or just kind of look at the party
And
and
we
say,
were supposed to go tell him if people showed up. And I sometimes wet the bed, and my favorite food is turkey. And
How much are they
just
paying
wanted
you?
to-
How much are you getting paid right now?
not enough. Oh, did I
First
really
off, mood.
say that?
Okay, well, not getting paid enough. I'm not gonna torture you or anything. That's not fair. Everyone okay with me dropping them?
Yes,
hold on one sec.
Yes, please.
All right, wait. He has more question. Then I'll drop you.
Ow!
Now, I do have a favor to ask of you, that you don't tell him that you met us. It could interfere with our job.
The tiger has put a tracker inside each of you and will find you and kill you. Because I'm in zone of truth, they think I'm telling the truth, but I'm actually past. So
I would love to like encourage what you just said, but I'm in zone of truth.
So you can.
Okay. You know, I like that so much. I'm not even gonna make you roll for deception on that.
because I don't have a good charisma, let me tell you.
lying in the zone.
I mean,
Now
I rolled
that's
a dirty 20, so for my saving throw. So I mean,
perfect.
It's not gonna make us explode, is it?
It might.
no, of course. As long
I
as
will
you
get Val will get like the creepiest grin on her face you have ever seen, but she's not gonna say anything because zone of truth.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I guess. But it's our job. I mean, uh, and what if can we take you to him instead, and then we just pretend that nothing's wrong?
if you go back into your disguise, then yes, absolutely.
Okay.
No funny business, yeah?
I mean, what are we gonna do? I mean, there's 4 of you, and you're so big and strong, and yeah.
Okay.
I drop him.
Yeah, the tiger's gonna stand up on its hind legs and just drop. Yeah, I'm gonna actually set mine down, but yeah.
Just
Well,
they're like
thank
bugs, they
you.
don't take fall damage.
So, as you're handling these kobolds here on the station platform,
Oh right, we're in public.
yeah, you're in public. You get looks from like a couple of the other people that are still hanging around, and Stax comes back up. What's going on here?
Official Adventurers Guild business. We're working on our investigation, and you know, got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
You can carry on.
Okay, well, just let us know if you need anything.
Of course, thank you.
Actually, they're gonna take. Never mind. Bye.
I don't. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, he's always gonna know that we're coming. That's all right.
So as we're walking,
Yeah.
I mean, do I know how many of you speak Infernal?
You know I speak Infernal.
Yes, I know you do.
Yeah.
No, and Spira maybe.
So, yeah, Spira is Domain of Knowledge, and I copied the character sheet from D&D Beyond, which doesn't have Domain of Knowledge in its free set. So I don't have all of her proficiencies, but I have Common, Dwarven, Elvish, Gnomish, and Goblin.
Nice.
Okay. I'll say in Infernal to Corvina then. Let the others know that I have a very strong feeling about this Cletus is not looking that innocent to me.
I repeat the message in Elvish.
Okay.
We have
It's
like
not
what
looking
if
good. Not looking good for him. What?
Yeah.
It's just a train of like people saying things.
It's because
it's
I-
different
I
every
know-
time.
I know common,
Like,
celestial,
no, like-
abyssal, and infernal.
It's
Hey, I
great,
know this as
it's
well.
amazing, but it's slightly different because translation and like hearing people.
Love it.
All right, so I guess we're gonna gather up and go find Cletus.
Yeah.
Yep. We're gonna follow
Yep.
these kobolds to Cletus.
All right. Now you start wandering through the train yards. You go back to where the kobolds drop their disguise, and together they're like, you watch them. All right, Bum, you know what to do. Fine, but one day I'd like to not be the legs. Well,
Aw.
maybe if you wouldn't let us fall, you could take a turn with me, says Pendle. And so
This should be interesting.
Bun kind of squats down, and then together they cheerleader squad up. Pendle hops
I
on
love this.
on Bum's shoulders, and then Roth gets on top of Pendle and then Drac forms the head, and
I help them with the
They-
coat.
yeah, and inside the coat there's like little extra like arm extender sticks that Roth grabs onto, and they
Little
work it
gloves on the end.
work it together.
Are they?
And yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. The coloration of the four of them, because we know Drac is blue. We know Bum is red. But
Mhm.
what about the other two?
Green and yellow.
I mean, yeah, one's green, the other is red.
Okay.
Roth would be red, and Pendle would be green.
I'm just gonna kind of lean over to them and say, your disguise might be more convincing if your top half did match your bottom half. Just so you know.
Hear that? That's why I shouldn't be on the bottom anymore.
I look at the party and I just say, like, they did this impressively fast.
Also, I should mention that these little guys are pretty well dressed for kobolds. Like they've
Aw,
got little
they're little
fancy shirts and
mafia
little
members.
vests and little slacks and stuff. And
I love them. I
They're
love them.
little mafia
so
members. I
much.
love it.
Business lizard.
Business lizard.
so great. So yeah, they form up, and
Head off.
together you start wandering through the train yards. The way it's laid out, there's different stacks of shipping containers.
Different
and-
stacks and rails.
Yep, different stacks and rails.
All right.
And there's the one warehouse just off about 125 yards away from the main station. The rails go in lots of different configurations. There's a dark skeleton of some sort of metal structure that anyone with dark vision can see the black and white outline of something that looks like a crane. And as you're going along,
On the way there, if you're
Yeah.
not describing,
please do. Go ahead.
on the way there, I'm gonna approach Valen and like kind of like away from the party and quietly just say, I apologize for my behavior last mission.
I'm looking at my notes. I'm streaming. Oh. Hold on a second. Okay. My notes are messy. What are you apologizing for?
Me trying to kill Jay's character in the church.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, you were angry, but I would have hoped that you would have. Do you think you can control yourself better in the future?
Yes, I agree with that. I should not have let that get in the way of the mission in any way, shape, or form. So my apologies for that.
But look, like, I understand it, but mission comes first. It wasn't very smart. I mean, thank you for apologizing, but just do better.
Ouch! Okay, love the character, but Kat saying for me, do better. That hurt.
Ooh.
Okay, great role play. I'm loving it. I just might cry, but that's out of character.
Moana, you're perfect and amazing. You don't need to do better. Okay. Yeah. No. Valen's just.
I completely understand. I will going to apologize to Zaz too, but just coming up to you because I feel like I did interrupt a lot of the mission by my quite explosive behavior. So
You haven't even seen explosive.
intrigued. Okay. And she walks towards Zaz. Hi.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
I'm kind of still weirded out by the kobold things, but besides the point.
funny creatures they are, but
Quite. I just came here to. I just talked to Bowen about it, but just came here to apologize for my behavior. Sorry, I just saw Jay commenting the stream. I just came here to apologize for my behavior last mission. I should not have let my feelings interrupt the mission like they did.
it's all good. All is forgiven, and no need for apologies.
Two types of people.
Yeah. Well, you know, Zaz is the
Yeah.
party's dad. You know, so it's all good.
So I thought it would be responsible to.
I kind of again, and someone called me up for doing it, but I always do it, and it's a Zaz thing now. The hand on the shoulder. There's nothing to worry about. Things happen, and we learn from it. And the fact that you acknowledge it and embrace it and are feeling bad about it, that shows growth, and it is appreciated.
Yes. I think we're getting close. So thank you.
So I need to
Of
ask,
course.
what is the marching order? Because we
I
have
think
the
it'll-
kobolds going up front.
It would be the kobolds and then Zaz, because Zaz was talking to the kobolds a little
Yeah.
bit, just giving them some advice. And then it would have been, I guess, Corvina,
Yeah,
because
'cause I
he
just-
came up
yeah.
to me.
Yeah,
And
and
then
you just came from me. So
either Bowen or Aspira.
I'll be in the back, I guess.
Okay.
Perfect.
And
so
Kaisa's kind of like half-heartedly hiding behind me, not really trying, but she's behind.
Okay. So as you get closer to the upper warehouse, Corvina, you begin to hear some uncomfortable sounds, some rattles, something like almost like sticks moving together, and like a low sort of
I
no.
asked the kobolds, what is happening?
We don't
And sir,
we don't
or
know.
the tiger will explode you.
They weren't here when we were here.
Okay. I grab my two short swords and start to
Can-
get ready.
Can I make a perception check to see if anybody else kind of is in the vicinity?
Yeah, well, yeah.
To see that. Okay.
So you're moving through this corridor of different stacks of crates and train
Oh, okay.
cars, right? And you're approaching the end of this row next to the warehouse. So there's still one last line of crates that you have yet to pass. That's your situation at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, Orspira is going to just kind of carefully put away her notebook, like in kind of the most forward pouch, and just take her bow staff out and just kind of have it in hand, walking stick style.
Nice. So, yeah, in your immediate field of vision, you don't see anything.
Okay, I just
Okay.
say, there's very uncomfortable sounds. There's just really weird sounds, undead-ish. Can no one seriously hear that?
I keep forgetting
looking.
that Kaisa's not
16,
a
by the way.
familiar. I can't like send them to do things and see things for us. They're not a familiar. They're just.
True.
All right.
Can I? So wait. Do we know that there's like, I guess, undead around? If that's, or we don't know anything that's around.
I
us?
mean, you know, there's something ahead of you making those sounds.
Did it sound like wind chimes, like wooden wind chimes kind of rattling together, or maybe like a little xylophone, or like little like clickety clackety kind of noises?
Yeah, some like clickety clackety kind of noises. Not necessarily the xylophone. Maybe in an alternate universe it would, but
Maybe if
yeah,
it was Minecraft.
definitely. Yeah, maybe if it was Minecraft. But yeah, there's definitely some like clacks and different hitting noises. Yep. So if you are continuing moving forward, you
Yeah,
may see something.
we're gonna continue. I'm gonna continue
Yes.
forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just looking over. I don't have anything that I don't have any like detection magic. Either
No
prepared
divine
or-
sense or
I don't have a divine sense. I have
while
channel
we're getting-
divinity, but it's
While we're
different.
getting closer, can I just make Kaiser go in front of the squishy cleric, please?
Yes.
Not
True,
you're not
I'm
to
doing
just
it again. No.
Well, no,
I-
just like
100%.
repeat it like from past experience.
Yeah, I even told myself I wasn't going to, and I somehow end up at the front of the party. I don't get it. But okay.
Just
It
attracted
happens.
to danger.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
as you walk forward, and unless you're going to do anything else,
No. Just gonna
you
let the
begin
tiger go in
walking
front.
forward. The kobolds move past this line of crates. You see the top head look to the left and the right, and just go, ah, get out of here! Sorry, you're on your own. And they like run
Book
for
it.
like they yeet out of there.
Oh my
You're-
god.
Kind
Sorry,
of-
I just dropped all of my dice. I'm listening. I'm just picking them up.
Yikes.
Very nice. But yeah, they bolt for it, and it's
Right.
kind of funny. Let's see how well they can hold themselves together. Oh yeah, that's not good. They
Serves
make
them
it.
right.
They'll make it about 15 feet before, and you see them like wobble back and forth until they fall on the ground, and slowly they begin picking themselves back up and dashing on their own 2 feet.
Hmm.
Zazriel, as you move past the line of boxes, to your left and to your right are 2 skeletons and 2 zombies, for a total of 4 skeletons and 4 zombies.
Okay.
What?
First things first. Can I take a look at these zombies and see, or the skeletons, and see if they're ones that I know are slightly weaker?
Yeah,
Are
you
they-
can look for that.
Okay. What kind of roll am I rolling for there, my dude?
I mean,
Or
insight.
insight? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I'm pretty decent at that. Apparently not.
I mean, they're weak enough. I'll say that.
Okay, well, insight's plus 6, so 11 total.
Yeah,
They're like pure bone.
they're weak enough.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
they have like remnants of clothes on them, but their bones are brittle enough.
so
Yeah.
and these, you said there's 4 total.
There are a total of 8 enemies, 4 skeletons, 4 zombies.
Okay, and they're all how far? Like, well, how as far as the furthest one?
So there's 10 feet in. Well, actually, no. There's 30 feet in between the rows of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
There's about 10 feet between the first zombie and the end of the crate line. So total, that's like 50 feet in between each group of enemies. However, each group is close together. They're in close ranks.
Okay. So, okay. I'm gonna move closer to, I guess, the right one.
Okay.
So I can get in range of them, and I'm gonna just start holding my pendant as it starts to kind of shine through my grasp. And as I raise my hand, be gone. As I cast,
Yeah.
be gone. Thought.
Yes,
Go
I just
away.
I just kind of say a little prayer. Arawe, please, I need you. Be gone! And I use my channel divinity to turn undead.
Okay.
So they have to make
And-
me wisdom saving throws.
Right on. Half or below, right?
Yes.
Ooh. Well, now that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
Skeletons got a 14.
Dang,
Zombies
it's-
got a 10.
Okay, well, 14 is the DC, so
So
do
means
with that
the
what you will.
DC
Yeah.
Okay. So the skellies save, but the
Yep.
zombies did not.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and are they half
what
and below?
happened?
So my ray of holy light is just shining from my hand, or from my pendant as well, and the pure radiant energy is just dissolving the flesh off these zombies as they just kind of crumble to nothingness.
Yeah, so you burn the 2 zombies away.
Yes.
Awesome.
That
and the
escalated quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
The skeleton. I guess they because of this holy light, they just kind of start turning away from me.
Nice.
Because if they have to now. Oh wait, no, hold on a second. Oh wait, no, they pass, so it doesn't affect them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna run this loose initiative with marching order,
Alright.
with the enemies going before Orospira, since
Okay.
Orospira's in the back. So next up, Corvinus, you're up. You're up there with or right next to Zazriel. You see him blast away zombies. There's 4 skeletons, 2 zombies left. What do?
So, the start of my initiative, my first turn, I get, okay. So, how many skeletons are there too?
There are 4 total skeletons, 2 zombies left.
Okay.
Can I actually, quick question, because I'm not sure I understood the whole visualization of it. Dylan, your thing affects all creatures that can see you, right?
It affects each undead that can see or hear me within 30 feet.
Okay, so it did affect all of them, right? And then
No, so
all
there's
within
there's
30.
like 2 sides, like 2 groups, one on each side,
yeah.
and there's a gap in between them, so I had to move closer. To
Oh,
get
you were too
entire
far.
group.
Okay, that's what I
Yeah,
was. Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Sorry, I just wanted to visualize that.
That's how.
Yeah,
That's what
here,
I
let me-
understood.
Let me just
So-
draft something up real quick.
Alright. So is there like a group that has like
The left side. I
2
went to the right side.
skeleton?
Kinda
Okay,
like
Yeah.
that.
I see.
Almost.
So like
Yeah,
you
I
guys are in
see
the
what- I see what
middle.
you mean. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're looking at.
Okay.
Yeah. So the right side has only 2 skeletons, and the left side has the 2 skeletons and 2 zombies.
Correct, mundo.
So, are the enemies like? Is there any that are like 5 feet within each other?
Yes, they are.
They're all in like a little
Like the-
cluster.
Yeah, they're all in clusters. They're in tight ranks.
Fantastic. All right. So, let me get Hail of Thorns real quick. All right. So, I'm gonna try to shoot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
roll
gonna
to
shoot
attack.
3. Yeah, I have 3 attacks, so I'm gonna try to like hit like the ones that seem to be less damage, and I will also cast Hail of Thorns, so everyone who's within 5 feet of I guess the first shot will have to make a dex save.
Okay.
That's out of there we go.
I was just-
Ouch. Okay.
I can
So
see-
for my first attack, I got a 19 plus 9.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. Second one, I got a 13.
Okay.
Hold up, let me add that up because I think it's more.
GG in chat for the
And-
dirty 28.
13 will totally hit.
All right. 16. Oh, that hits then.
Yep, that will
And
hit.
that was for like the one that was adding up. Okay. And the other one was just a 10.
Okay. The 10 will
Just-
not hit.
All right. So 2 attacks hits, and then everyone who was within the 5 feet of the first attack has to make a dex save.
Okay. We got ourselves a 17 and 11.
The 11 does not pass.
Okay. So the first one that you hit, and the skeletons were first in this order. The zombies are behind them. I'm assuming you're gonna go for the left party because they didn't get hit by Zazriel's blast.
Yes.
Perfect.
So okay.
First skeleton gets hit by how much damage? Because he saved.
3 piercing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then
The second
the one behind
gets...
him, who did not save.
Sorry, I forgot to add my dex mod for the damage. It's actually a 7 for the first one.
Perfect.
And then for the second one is 7 plus 4. That's 11. Yeah, I know math.
11 piercing damage.
Yep.
Very nice.
And
All
then
right.
for the Hail of Thorns... Oh, on a fail save takes half, so...
Oh, okay. Okay. Roll that Hail of Thorns damage.
5.
Oh, skeleton 1 looks real bad. Losing a few rib bones. Lost one of the bones off of his arm, losing some of his finger bones and such. But it is still not dead.
Right. And I will use my movement to get close to where Zaz is and just like kind of protect him.
Okay, cool. All right. Bowen, how much did the second one failed on Hail of Thorns? So
Yeah, you would take me half of 5.
okay. Okay, the second one goes down.
Oh. 1 kill.
And I-
That's why.
So very nice. Nicely done.
Alright.
Next
Cool.
up, Bowen, your go.
Cool. So starter's bonus action. Kaiser's gonna run up to the left. We'll go left and try to bite at one of them.
Okay, roll the hit.
Where is the stat block? Okay. Ooh, that's a big plus. North of 20.
Okay, yeah, that totally hits.
Yeah.
Roll damage.
Okay. But it's just 6, 5, 11. 11
Okay.
force damage.
To one of the skeletons.
Yeah.
Okay, how do you want to take it out?
Ooh. Kaiser just kind of
Nice.
just starts running and continues and rams into one and like crumples it apart with it. Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Cool.
Alright.
Skeleton down. Anything else?
Yeah, that was my bonus action.
Yeah, that was my bonus action.
Okay, oh, sorry. My hair is okay. Anyway. I am far away.
Don't eat ice.
Yeah, I'll run up next to my tiger. There's another
There's zombies.
zombies on the other side.
Yeah, there's zombies on the other side of the skeletons.
Okay, cool. Well, then I'll run up to the zombies and try to hit them with my maul.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think the first attack. 12.
That meets it.
Okay.
They're zombies. They don't have much.
Yeah. Okay, so I remembered. Hey, I just remembered that I'm doing melee attacks and I'm not just doing a spell, so I can actually add the modifier that I'm using to attack with to the damage. I keep forgetting that that's a thing. So I rolled 9 on the dice plus 13. 13 damage with my maul.
Nice.
Okay. Let me just review zombies. roll fast then. Okay. 13 damage. Let's see how this works. Oh, yeah. How do you want to take it out?
Cool. I'm just gonna run up to the zombies that like I realized half of them like fell apart at like Zazriel just yelling at them, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Just like towards the
It's
middle.
true. Sounds all
Nothing too dramatic. And then
Okay.
my second attack, because I have multi-attack, is another one close enough to me.
Chaz is dying inside because we're
How could
demolishing
this
these guys.
happen to me?
See, this is why I was like, we don't even need to roll initiative right now.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Every combat is either we destroy Chaz or Chaz destroys us. There's no between.
That's how it goes.
All right. Exact same roll.
okay.
All right.
Roll your damage.
2d6 plus 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 plus 3 is 8 is 3 is 11.
Quick maths.
Zombie does not go down, but it is very hurt.
Cool.
So, I mean, it is on Redeath.
Redeath's door.
Yeah, Redeath's door. Thank you. I
Yep,
put
that's
ice
my
in my
turn.
mouth at the wrong moment. Nicely done. So that zombie, because it's now all I have are zombies and 2 skeletons. That zombie's gonna come back and try to attack you, Balin. Ooh. Yeah, I believe. Let's see. So many pages. Yeah. Does a 19 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. For a total of 4 bludgeoning damage.
Cute. Where's my pen?
Cute.
Did you just say cute?
Yes, it did, because that's how
The
Balin was
passive
reacting.
aggressiveness in that voice.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I
Honestly,
love
like
that.
it's whatever. I don't actually care. I'm just trying to react in character.
This
Yeah.
chunk of the Arcane Adventurers party are like the power queens. Like,
Oh,
That's
100%.
so true.
yeah.
Definitely.
I was gonna say I thought we were all females for a second there, but LOL, I'm the odd one out again. All elves except for me, odd one out. But we here.
You're the tag along.
Yeah.
You're the token.
I'm the token gay friend.
Hey!
It's come full circle.
Conspiracy
Circle of
voices.
life, man.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, then we got my skeletons who are coming up on the right side. Zazriel is right next to him. So yeah, they're gonna come up and they go ahead.
Okay, yeah. They're coming up to
Oh,
me.
okay. Okay. I thought you had something and I was like, oh boy, here we go again.
Clerics don't really have anything as reactions or anything like that, so
Of course, I had a
Gotcha.
reaction.
Yeah, they are just gonna come up and take a couple swipes at you with their long swords. 13 and an 18.
13 misses, but the 18 hits.
Cool. So you take 7 piercing damage.
Okay. Not that bad.
Okay, Orspira, you are up.
All right. So, seeing all this going down, just the instant reaction from all of these like professional adventurers with their magic blasts and stuff. Orspira, clutches her stick and kind of she's like, "I'm an adventurer," and after seeing Zazriel get thwacked, I'm guessing, do they have weapons? Like claws?
Yep,
What are they?
they got some short swords.
Skillfully dodge the first one and then end up just going right into the other one's path.
Okay. Is there a place that I can get to that's sort of like behind Zazriel, but able to touch him?
Yeah, totally.
But without being like immediately in danger?
Yeah, you can do that.
Do a little booty grab.
Okay. So yeah, she's gonna run up, clutching her stick, and she's going to mid-combat cast Cure Wounds on you.
Aw, thank you.
Yes, we love it.
I gotta find a
Good
D8.
healer.
Sorry.
Yes.
D8 plus.
Do we have 2 clerics? Wait a minute.
Yeah, we have.
we do.
Oh,
Okay.
She's
bless.
a knowledge cleric. Literally bless.
We
Life
stand.
life knowledge.
Love clerics. Can never play one, but love them.
I love it.
Seven.
Wait.
So you're healed for 7 HP.
That's what I've
Nice.
just lost.
All have Wait, do we all have cure wounds? Do rangers get?
I got
I
2
have
wounds. Yep.
We all have cure wounds.
No one's
No
going
one's
down.
dying
Period.
We have like doubled our health pool mechanically.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
No one's
All
going
right,
down.
and that was her action. She ran up there. I think that ends my turn.
Okay, perfect. We're back up to Zazriel.
Just turn back. Thank you, friend. I really appreciate that. Feeling much better. And as I say that, I kind of like crack my neck a little bit.
Oh.
There's this little spark that's just kind of in my eyes, just like this glint. But I am going to. So there's 2 in front of me.
Yep, there's 2 skeletons in front of you.
Two skelly willies.
Yep.
Is
2
that
skelly-
all? Is that all that's left?
There's the 2 skeletons and then the 1 zombie that is engaged with Bowen.
Okay. All right. I am going to cast. Oh, okay. Bet. Watch this. I'm going to. I'm going to cast as a bonus action my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It's going to appear not as a mace like I normally do. I'm changing it to a morning star. So it's
Ooh,
going to look like
nice.
a morning star.
Okay.
And it's.
Is that the one with or without the chain? Is that
That's-
just a spiky
that's-
ball on the end of the stick, or is that the one with the chain?
That's the one with the chain.
Okay.
That's a morning star. Yeah.
Cool.
And it's gonna pop up where the 1 is. So the 2 are there in front of me, and then there's 1. I'm assuming less than 30 feet away from me.
The 2 skeletons are less than 30 feet away from you. The zombie is more than 30 feet.
Okay, hold on.
Maybe.
Nope, it has 60 feet range, not 30 feet.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
okay, so I'm gonna make it pop up right where the zombie is, and I get a attack with it.
Okay.
So I don't know why I just flipped it back.
Oh, and it's
Okay.
radiant damage too, so I don't even need to worry about that one thing. So yeah, sweet.
No, it's force damage, it's not radiant damage.
Oh, it's force. Okay.
It's force damage.
Cool.
But if I hit,
That's
which
good to know.
is 16 to hit.
Okay, that hits. Roll damage.
Bullets. Okay, and that is 1d8 plus my modifier. Ooh, nice and 8 damage on the d8 plus
Okay.
my 3, so 11 damage of force to this zombie.
All right.
So this morning star is just gonna start flailing around and whack.
Actually, I'm going to re-roll that because that was. Oh. Okay. So you whack it with the morning star, and the zombie, like, its head flies back, and
Does it snap back?
it stumbles back a little bit, and then it rolls up.
Oh, okay, he's still alive. And then, all right, and then as my action, because that was a bonus action. Where is it? It is right here. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on one of the skeletons in front of me that hit me.
Okay. Roll the hit then.
They have to make a dex save, actually.
Oh, that's
It
right.
has to be a dex save, yes.
Okay, that is a total fail.
Yeah, so it's going to take 2d8. So I need this one, and I need this one. That is 9 radiant damage.
Nice. All right. So it is burning. It is hurt. It's not very happy. Not
It's
very
still
happy at all.
alive. Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. So this,
Yep.
I just kind of like raise my hand up, and this like beam of light just starts singeing it. And as it releases, I was hoping it would. I had just kind of like a little smirk on my face as that would have done the trick. And then it's still standing. It's like, dang it.
Ah.
It's like
Wah,
slightly
wah,
disappointed.
wah.
Like,
Okay, Corvina.
yeah.
Unless, yeah,
That's
did you have anything
that's it.
else?
Nope.
Awesome.
All good.
Corvina, go.
Forgot to unmute myself. All right. So bonus action, switch my longbow for my 2 short swords, and get to the zombie and just extra attack, swing at it twice.
Okay. Roll the hit and roll that damage at the same time.
Okay. So one at a time, or you want both attacks at the same time?
Just roll both attacks and roll the damage. Pro tip.
So 13 and 18 both hits, yeah?
Yep, they both hit. And what's your damage?
Let me. I don't like being rushed. Okay. Sorry. So that is a 10 piercing and 7 piercing.
All right, take this thing out.
Just, yeah.
Love it.
Was that the zombie or the skeleton?
Zombie. There's a skeleton.
There's 2 skeletons in front of me.
Yep.
This is why
Choice.
you
Man,
pay
we need a
attention.
battle map.
This is why you pay
Choices.
attention to combat, you guys. Don't be like me.
Mhm.
Well, I decapitate the zombie who was in front of you.
That's how
And
it works.
now just
Yeah.
now there's just 2 skeletons just looking at me as the body just falls limb. I'm just like,
Actually,
Because my
on the other
giant,
side of the zombie, just
Yeah.
like I'm like ready to go, and then its head falls off, and I'm just like,
oh, hello.
you just see you see this giant glowing morning star just kind of right behind the zombie.
All right, zombie is down. Karina, that's all for you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Bowen, it's your go. There's 2
okay,
skeletons across the Wii.
okay. Well, I'll look at the dead zombie, and like my friends there, like all like whamming on it, and then start going towards the skeletons with my tiger in tow. So
Okay.
we'll start with tiger attack.
Yeah, they are a little further than 30 feet. They are a little bit further than 30 feet away from you, though.
Okay, my tiger has 40 feet movement.
Perfect. Yeah, Kaisa can reach it.
Okay, cool. Kaisa is +4 is 13.
Yep, that'll hit.
Cool. And then Kaisa damage is just a D8 +5, so that's 8. 8 force damage to skeleton. And then I can't get all the way up to either of them myself, so instead, okay. No, that's it. That's it. I'll just have. Oh, okay. So I'll have Kaisa go up and attack, and then I'll just go stand near Zazriel.
Perfect. All right. That was 8 force, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Skeleton that was directly engaged with him. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. +8. Yep. Okay. That skeleton goes down. Kaisa tackles that skeleton, and the bones scatter and shatter, and boom, you got one less skeleton to deal with. So, next up, we have that last skeleton who is directly facing Kaisa is going to make an attack with its sword to stab, and that is a total of that's a dirty 20.
Yep.
So total 5 piercing damage
Okay.
to Kaisa. Next up, Orospira, it is your go. Make this thing happen.
All right, so I'm right next to Zazrael. Are there any enemies left in our little group?
There's still 2 in front of me.
Yep.
There's still 2? Okay.
There's 1 in front of you now.
Or 1, sorry, yes.
Yep.
Okay. Orospira takes a couple steps back and casts she starts casting a spell. She charges up her staff, and guiding bolt blasts at one of the enemies. I guess the one nearest Zazrael.
Okay, perfect. That's a saving throw.
No,
No, that's
that's a spell attack.
That's
Where's
right.
my
Okay.
D20? There you go. Yeah. Spell attack. I have. Sorry, I just have to look. Obviously, I'm using a different character than usual, so
Alright, good.
plus 6 to hit. Oh no, I rolled badly. Does an 8 hit?
Nope, an 8 does not hit, unfortunately.
All right. Well,
That's a spell slot down.
that's all I got.
Oof.
Oh,
That was a rip. All right, Zazrael, you got a skeleton left.
Alright. So I am going to Sacred Flame this thing again. So my hand's just gonna go up. I've had just about enough of you. And so he has to make me a dex save.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a fail.
Yeah, so my 2d8 radiant damage is 5 radiant damage.
Yeah, this skeleton has not taken any damage so far.
Oh boy.
So
Okay.
he's still up.
He's still up, but I'm gonna use my bonus action to bring my Morning Star back, because it can. Let's see. I'm gonna read it one more time. You can move up to 20 feet. Oranges, but I guess again. Is it 20 feet doesn't reach, right? From where it was to where we
Yeah,
are.
it doesn't reach,
No.
unfortunately.
So it says it lasts or until I cast the spell again. But I don't want to waste another second spell slot. Crip. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, cool.
But I'm gonna
Corvina?
move it closer, so just in case. But I mean,
Right.
All right, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Next, if it is still somehow alive,
yes.
you'll be able to help
Some
it.
miracle.
Corvina, do your thing.
But again, just swoosh at it. Hopefully,
Okay.
please. You rolled really well. Please, please don't disappoint me. Please. Oh, why? Okay, actually, hold up. Give me a hot second. 14. 14 does hit,
Yep.
yeah?
Yeah, 14 hits?
I don't think that nat 2 is gonna hit though. So
No,
would've
that
been the
nat
plus
2
7.
will miss.
all right.
So roll damage for one attack.
All right. That's fantastic. 10 piercing.
Ooh, okay. Okay. Cool. Let's see this. Ooh, okay. So you go to attack this thing, right? You pierce it like through the spine and through the rib cage, and it like almost falls over, but it somehow stays up. Because
Dang
it's
it.
a skeleton.
Well,
Bowen, unless you have anything else, Corvina.
nope.
Okay. Bowen, your go.
cool. Start with Kaiser. Is it plus 13 again? Gosh.
Yep, that'll
math.
hit.
Okay. As the tiger damage is plus. I should have this memorized at this point, but I don't. 10 force damage from the tiger.
Very nicely done.
Alright, cool. Is it
And it
still
goes
up?
down. How does it look when Kaiza
Yes.
takes out this last skeleton?
Yes.
So, she kind of she comes off of the skeleton that they had just demolished and turns its gaze over to the next one and just pounces, kind of knocking it to the ground with its force.
Love that.
Very nice. And then the bones once again scatter, shatter. Kaiser probably takes some of the spines and the rib cage and like rips him off with her jaws and throws him to the side. Skeleton's down. Y'all demolished this little encounter. Well done.
Who I know? I think Corvina took a little bit of damage.
Nope,
Or
I'm fine.
no, it was Bowen.
This is me.
It was
Bowen.
But before, okay, hold on. Can I fix my tiger before you try to?
Yeah, go ahead.
fix you.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, all I do is I take out some of my tools from my little kit, and I like just take a second to like kind of like, you know how you hit something to try to get it working again? That's what I do as I cast mending on my tiger, and heal it back up, because that's how constructs work.
Turn it off into
And-
again.
That's back up to full because of how I rolled. So
Nice.
tiger's fixed.
Love that.
So as I'm like looking around, just making sure, is everyone all right?
I just kind of like nudge it a scratch, but I'm like,
You
yeah,
nudge-
I'm fine.
I'm gonna just kind of walk up to you. Where's the scratch kind of like on you? Is like on your kind of forehead?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
On your head? Sure.
Yeah.
So I just kind of take 2 fingers and just kind of
I
Just
kind of
hold-
back
hold.
away a bit.
Bowen, do you trust me?
I mean, a little bit, but like, I'm fine.
Now just hold still, please.
You don't need to. Fine.
How much damage did you actually take?
5.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna use my healing hands, and so my 2 fingers are just gonna kind of light up as I just lightly
Like the
touch
EP
the
scene.
a little bit. So I'm gonna lightly touch the scratch as it just starts mending and healing. And I can heal you up to my cleric level, which is 6 HP. So there you go.
Al said for head kiss.
Yeah.
So at all this craziness, Orspira is going to like look over these re-dead bodies and see if they have any kind of logos, uniforms, insignias, identifying features, dental work, whatever.
Okay. Okay, cool. That's cool. So the zombies and the skeletons too, some of the rags in there, or on their rags, you see the image of a green quad hand. One of the zombies in particular has a necklace with a green crescent, almost like a claw.
Mm,
I wasn't there
Orspira's
for those sessions. I don't know this.
Orspira is going to like take that necklace if possible, and
that's absolutely
set it
fine.
like physically on her notebook and like trace/detail copy it, like a really careful kind of image of it.
as she's doing that, I'm kind of like looking over this claw, and I look back over to Corvina and Bowen. You both remember this, yes?
Yes.
The Order of the Emerald Claw.
Are,
Yeah.
Are you gonna keep that?
Well, I mean, I'm not. Do you want it?
Just to show with the researchers, but if you're gonna do the same, then
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah,
Orspira was there too, though.
Yeah, no, I was I remember it was in the second book we found on the 14th page on like the bottom right hand side on like the second paragraph. It was referenced that there was a that there was this emerald claw thing, and I've got it in my notes here somewhere, that I think that's the one that is connected to the Reaver or something.
The Reaver.
oh, that guy.
Mhm.
Oh, this is scary stuff. Okay. We still need to find our guy. Is everyone re-dead or are we safe?
I kick one to make sure they're actually dead.
Did the Can I
Yeah,
look around and see if like the kobolds just ran and hid, or did they get the heck out of there?
they got the heck out of there.
Okay.
They're gone.
So Zaz is just gonna kind of hold on to his pendant as he just kind of says a little prayer. Just kind of, please, just make sure these things don't come back. Guide them to where they're supposed to be.
Can I kick the head of the zombie really far away?
Yeah, you absolutely
Dry
can.
bones. Dry bones.
Roll athletics for that.
Please don't fail me now. Okay, not a nat 20, but still pretty good. 17 plus 8. 6.
Okay.
17 plus 6, sorry.
Ooh, okay. Do you...
I just get as far away from the body as possible, not necessarily aiming anywhere.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, you kick it, and that head yeets out of there, probably going about at least 100 feet, I'd guess. I don't know power scales for punting. I didn't play football. But yeah, you kick that thing, and it goes far. Zombie is not coming back.
Yeah,
Now
now we're sure. I think I read somewhere that like you gotta take the head. But now they're not coming back.
I have to ask though, how sensitive are you guys to the weather? Everyone make me a dex save.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
Meteor
I know
shower?
exactly what this is. Bowen doesn't.
Dex
Okay.
save.
I
16.
wasted a nat 20 on a dex save.
At least you're not getting it.
Yeah, dirty 21.
30-20.
16.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Okay. Let me see.
I was about to ask. Okay, never mind. Okay.
I
here
don't
we
know
are.
what this is, so I'm very concerned because Cat seems to be freaking out a bit.
No, I think I have a good idea based on description, but I'm probably wrong.
Okay. So, for those of you who rolled higher than a 15, you're taking half of... Okay, actually, I'm going to say for those of you who did not meet a 15 DC, you're taking 8 bludgeoning damage
How much
And-
cold?
and 12 cold damage.
Is
For those of you who
Oh.
saved, you're taking half of that. As you feel a chill wind descend upon you from above, and you're hit by a shower of icy chunks that appear
was-
out of nowhere.
Hail. Oh my god.
What was
So
the
it
half
was
damage of that?
10 total.
Thank you.
10 total. Okay.
Ah,
Okay.
Okay? Oh,
And then
sorry.
it stops.
It legitimately thought you like something hit you, Cat. My bad.
Um,
Oh hell no.
is that's not normal, is it? We need to get inside or something.
yeah.
No, that's not.
That's probably a spell, right?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Probably.
I know Bowen doesn't. I know
Ah,
this as a
damn.
D&D-er, and Bowen doesn't.
If only I have protection from energy. Damn. Couldn't have cast that. Yeah, no, that's not a. Dang. Super sad. Feels bad.
Uh, I'm gonna try to look around for the like. Is there any source that I can see of like the ice storm?
There's not.
Dang.
Weird.
So we went
I'm just gonna
inside the.
press up against a crate, I guess.
So did we go inside somewhere, or
We're outside
No, you're
right
still
now.
next to by the crates.
Yeah.
oh then I
You
guess
could go inside.
yeah
Yes.
let's go inside.
Let's go to the warehouse.
Yes.
Can I have the second we get inside? Can I quickly perception check?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do
Make-
the same.
Make some perception checks. Also, I will say that inside it is lit by magical lanterns, golden glows. Like you can see perfectly fine inside of this room. Let me finish describing it, and then tell me what you get, and I'll give you extra details.
Right.
There are some extra train cars around. There's crates. There's boxes. Lots of things just strewn about like it's a busy workplace.
Hmm.
Okay, tell me perception rolls.
A natural 20.
19.
And
Okay.
nat 20.
and an at 20.
Yay!
Okay, awesome.
Cat just
We perceive. We perceive so hard.
accept.
Oh.
I'm just rubbing my ice spoons in the back while y'all are looking around.
You see a so the way it's laid out inside of the warehouse, there's like 3 rails,
Mhm.
and 2 of them have cars on them, and then the last rail does not have any cars on it. As you wander around the room and inspect, you see grooves, and you see grooves around this one section of floor. And as you look at it, investigate it a little bit further, you can tell that it leads somewhere. From what you remember from your conversation with the railway boss guy, he said there was a second warehouse underground. So together you can conclude that
This is where it's going to be.
the other warehouse is directly underneath this one.
Cool. That's
I'm gonna-
efficient.
Cast resistance on myself as I'm like nursing my wound. It's like guidance, but for saving throws.
Okay.
Nice.
Can I try to find any sort of like footprints, like on the
Yeah.
dust or whatever?
Yeah, so it's actually pretty well kept because it's a pretty high traffic area.
Mhm.
But as you're looking around and trying to find some sort of clue, you hear a door slam, and it's not in your immediate vicinity, but you can tell it comes from like the sort of back of the warehouse, and it looks like there's some other offices back that way.
Okay. I just
So
like
someone or something else is here.
I just freeze up and like I look at the party and I like signal like, did you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Need to be quiet.
I grab my bow and arrow and I start going around like the cars that are there, trying to find any sort of like movement. Can I? Oh, actually, I'm gonna climb one of the cars. I'm smart. Yeah, I'm gonna climb one of the cars.
Okay.
Very
there's
stealthy.
there's no other movement happening in the room except for you guys.
Okay. I signal to them that it's clear. Can I
Okay.
still like walk all the way like across the car just to have like a perception from like above?
Yeah, absolutely. But there's nothing really else to perceive. Nothing really.
So
nothing
you said
else
there were
of
like
importance.
you said there were like
There's-
offices in the back.
Yeah, there's like
Um,
office spaces, and that's the direction that the sound came from.
Okay. Do they have like windows? I mean, obviously doors, but
Yeah, there's doors. There's some windows that you look into, and you can see like other office spaces, just 2 different offices. They're empty, decently well kept. There's some magical lamps that are dimmed at this point of the night because it's actually pretty late. And yeah, that's what you see.
Okay, I like
Everything's pretty organized.
I do a whistle and like kind of like signals to the party to like start coming.
okay. So I mean, are we? So we've just been meteor stormed. This is out of character. I'm just trying to
Uh-huh.
like.
Yep.
So we've just been like ice stormed, whatever, and then so like this is clearly like a hostile combat encounter sort of thing, but theoretically, we're just the random guys that got hired to investigate some train cars disappearing and aren't planning on murdering anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, we're going to kill undead, and that's pretty straightforward. But like, what's keeping us from like just walking in? Hey, can I get some questions from you? Also, there's undead out there. You know what I mean? I mean,
Fair.
obviously,
True.
like we as characters know, and we know that there is like probably a hostile spellcaster or something around.
I think just because of the green claw, the emerald claw situation, and that there's affiliation here, and we know that they're not friendly, and that we've had
Oh, right,
problems with
because
them
we
that
know
we
that the
should
gang
be
is here.
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Okay.
So
That makes sense. I was just trying to kind of
Yeah,
put
yeah.
all the pieces.
Yep.
Okay.
And like you also know
Cole
that like
really went
whoever's in
when
here is
attacking.
probably like related to our train yard issue because this is where the kobolds were leading us. So
Yeah.
like even though like we have our weapons out because we're prepared to defend ourselves if we need to.
Right.
like-
Okay. That makes sense. No, I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page and stuff. So that makes sense.
So
Alright.
I tell the party to like come like quietly. Can I drop from like the car if like behind the car and like try to like look through the office?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
trying
you
to
can
go
look
like
through-
ninja on this. Like I'm not being detected and trying my hardest. It's
Yeah.
just
No, you look around, you take in like all of the details, take all the time you need. There's nothing else significant in the rest of the warehouse room
Okay.
or the offices through those windows.
So there's nothing inside the office. Is that what we're saying?
Nothing of note inside of
Okay,
the
okay.
offices.
So
Through
no
those
people.
windows.
Just so all that's left in
Yeah.
this room essentially is this hallway that leads to the what we're assuming is the basement office.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, like, so to help you along and help you kind of get it, eventually, as you kind of determine that there's nothing else really here that points you in the right direction, you move
Poke around.
you start poking around into the office space. You knock on the door, ask to see if anybody's there. You get no answers. So you wander into the hallways, you poke around into the offices. There's nothing else really there. And you find the hallway and a closed door. You open it, and it's a staircase leading down.
All right. So I'm gonna just like look at everybody and just kind of give each and everyone a little poke. Just like a little tap on the shoulder or like just on the side, just to cast guidance on everyone, just in
Alright.
case. And then
How many
including
people
myself.
can you do that at 2 at a
It's-
time? That's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's concentration up to 1 minute, I guess. So I guess I can't technically do that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I didn't
it's a
know. I was
cantrip.
just asking.
So
no,
like,
yeah, but by my understanding, it's like rules is written, and of course you can do this however. But like according to the rules, it's one creature per concentration. So like I could
Oh,
cast it and you could cast it, and a total of 2 creatures could benefit from it for up to a minute.
That makes sense.
heading
So then,
downstairs.
all right. Who's going first then?
Me, I want to say
I'm
I'm
gonna-
gonna.
If you're gonna go first, just be careful, okay? And cast guidance. For some reason I just had like what is it, critical role in the back of my head. I
You
guess
did
just
that.
like the
Guidance,
like the
you did
memes of it.
guidance.
Exactly. Just like the memes from Jester doing it to everybody. So
Nice.
Alrighty. So, and look back at Zaz and say maybe you should be in.
I'll hang back.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So I'll be toward the back of the party.
Cool.
Or Spira's not gonna let you get like behind her, because she wants to be able to like see everyone. So
Okay.
she'll be
All
in
right.
the
So
back.
it'll be Aura Spears at the very back, and then me, and then Bowen and Kaiza, and then Corvina.
Perfect. So you walk down the stairs, and you come to another series of hallways and another series of offices. The offices are smaller down here, and as you start poking around, you come across one where there's a window out into the underground warehouse of trains. If you would like to look for anything in the offices, you may roll for investigation.
Definitely, Orsphere is going to be looking for any sorts of dossiers or ledgers, other notes and such.
Corvina's gonna be
Okay.
looking for like anything like about the Green Claw stuff. and just anything related to this mission as well.
Okay. Excellent.
Mhm.
Kat, you want to say
Roll
something?
Dance roll.
investigation.
Yeah, so Zaz
Yeah.
is gonna see if there's anyone, I guess, kind of lurking, like possibly lurking about.
Okay.
Oh.
Valen?
I was just gonna go up and talk to Zaz, but I'll let them do rolls first.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I probably don't see anything. I rolled a 6.
I got a 7, so I just.
Orospira 18.
Well, there we go.
Okay.
Thank
That's
you.
good. That's good. Orospira, as you begin poking around, you don't see anything laying out or anything in the immediate filing cabinets or on the walls, etc. Nothing obvious. But as you investigate one of the desks, you find a lock inside one of the drawers on the bottom of one of the drawers specifically.
You said a lock?
Yeah,
Like a
little
secret
keyhole.
compartment. Like a little secret
Like a
compartment.
secret, yeah, like a little secret compartment, little false
Okay.
bottom on the drawer. Like
Okay.
there's
Yeah,
there's something hidden. There's a little
Right.
something.
Okay.
Break it.
So Orospira like sees this. Oh, sorry. Is there anything else?
No, that's just what
Oh.
you see.
Okay.
Can I-
Valen?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well,
sorry.
Orospira is gonna she sees this, and she like raises her hand. While she's looking at it, and she's like, "Hey, Bowen,
Yeah,
I've got a keyhole over here. Can you help with that?
yeah. Just give me a moment.
Thank you."
Okay. And then she's gonna kind of go up to Zaz, like while they were looking around, kind of backtracking a little bit, just for time's sake.
Yeah.
Zaz, who do you pray to, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh,
I saw you earlier, and
yes,
it's
I.
powerful.
Well, no one's really asked that before, but I pray to Arawe. She's known for life and love and fertility and good health. She actually also, I mean, it might sound crazy to you, but she's actually my aunt.
You see, I was going to say that crazy is relative, but that's literally relatively crazy.
The tea is hot today, everyone.
All right. I mean, if you choose to believe that, then I think you're telling the truth. I think you believe that. So
Well, you
Alright.
see, I mean, you know, my magic is healing and very spiritual. Um,
Oh.
this as I kind of like hold my octagram out. This is her symbol and her sigil. This is how I'm able to keep in touch with her. She helped raise me more. I mean, my father, very nasty man. He is very unforgiving. He kind of exiled me from the heavens, and as a way to kind of keep in touch with my loving aunt, she gave me this pendant.
all right.
Yeah,
I mean, I
it's
didn't
a lot,
exactly
but-
ask, but it's good to know.
Whoa!
I just thought to give you some context and background, if to kind of help make it make sense.
All
I
right.
know
Well, if
again, it sounds a
your
little
aunt is
crazy,
capable
but
of helping you, your aunt is capable of helping you defeat all them zombies like that, then sure. All right. Thanks. And then I'm gonna go over to Orospira and her lock. What's going on?
Yep. Well, I was looking through all the drawers and stuff. I found this one here. I think it's got like a secret compartment or something, because there's like a keyhole here, and I know you like know like machine stuff. I didn't know if you could maybe
Yeah.
help with this.
Yeah. I got it. And then I kind of like wave her off a bit and take out my thieves' tools
steps
because
back.
I have them and I have proficiency in them. Don't ask
Nice.
why.
Nice.
Gotta get this crap
and
somehow.
try to pick the lock. I don't know what
Okay.
the roll is for that.
Yeah, roll a dex. Or yeah, you like roll sleight of hand basically. So far as I know.
Okay, cool.
And
And then do I
with
get?
your thieves tool proficiencies, you get like you basically add your proficiency bonus. I think that's how it works.
Okay, makes sense. Sleight of hand. Oh, why am I proficient? Okay. Hold on.
Yes. So yeah, just so you know, rules is written.
Thank you.
It's technically a dex check, but if you have proficiency in thieves tools and are using them, you add your proficiency.
Okay, cool.
There we go. That's how it
Alright.
works.
Thanks. Okay, cool. 17.
Yep, that'll do it. You managed to easily get in there and jimmy the lock open. And inside you find a thin black leather folder. Inside, written in, it appears to be common, is about it's hard to make sense of it. Most of it seems to be letters written about weather and cows and sheep, and it really just it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Can any of y'all understand this nonsense?
It's almost like a 5-year-old had written some kind of letter, some sort of letter to their parent, because there's a lot of repeating paragraphs and that almost say the same thing over and over again. But that's about what you find.
Either kobolds are stupid or this is encoded.
Yeah, the books we found in those tunnels a while back, they were also like in code and stuff. So we had to have someone who's like who knew about criminal things, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of they were the ones
Tools?
who had to help us out then. So if this is kind of the same
Orion.
thing, yeah.
If we're able to take this to Orion, I'm pretty sure he was the last one to code this. Yes.
Yes, please, Orion, not
Okay.
the other one.
Well, then we can I can stash this in my bag for now and we can get them to analyze it later.
Yeah, sounds good.
Everyone make me a perception check.
Oh no.
I'm good at those. Just
Nice
because I said that I'm
logo.
gonna get one. Watch. Close. 5. Okay. So that's still a 13.
17.
Okay.
15.
5.
Okay.
Yikes.
Zazriel and Orspira, as you're talking, out of the corner of your eye through the window, you can see 2 figures in the large underground warehouse. One is wearing a silver uniform with a unicorn emblazoned on the shoulder. The other wears a green cloak.
What are they
Both
doing?
human.
Are they walking,
They're
standing?
They are standing next to the very back wall, and they're just talking with each other.
Orsphere snaps, just a little get everybody's attention, and points very like looks down her arm to make sure she's pointing correctly, at what she sees.
Corvina changes her attention to that.
Awesome. Let me get some d20s here.
Oh Lord.
Ooh. As you notice them, the man in the silver uniform looks over and sees commotion in the office and
Squeak.
jumps.
Oh.
And through the glass, you can see him like whispering to the other man who's standing there. And the guy in silver bolts to what, like, he starts running towards the other end, trying to get out of sight.
I can still see him, right?
No, he's going behind some of the train cars.
Damn, so close.
The man in green goes the other way. to try to get into one of the corner and starts moving closer to you. Right now, I don't know if you guys want to go for a few more minutes and then before we take a quick
I mean,
break.
I think this is a really good spot to
I
take
Yeah,
a break.
because I think it's
Yeah.
about to pop off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say let's take a break.
Sounds good to me because get ready for some spice, guys.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
ready to
spicy.
start running.
I mean, I
Dang
have
it,
an
Cletus.
idea. I have a plan. So I mean,
Yeah, we got this. We got this. We going on break?
Awesome. Yeah,
All
we're
right,
gonna
how
go on
long?
break. So
Okay.
I'm waiting
about
for
10
Nate to
minutes.
say.
All right, thank you, 10.
yeah,
All right. So yeah, the
So,
stream's gonna
perfect.
be going off for about 10 minutes. You can stick around, go refill your waters because that's what we're gonna be doing.
Mm,
I
And
gotta
Listen,
say, don't
everybody.
hydrate.
yes, hydrate, don't
So-
dehydrate, and we will be back.
yeah. Hope you all had a super fun time. I'm excited to see where this is going. Hopefully, it's been engaging and super fun. So we'll see you in 10.